sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. This video and YouTube channel is rated PG-13, so that means this channel is not for anyone under the age of 13. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Toys Back to the Future Part 2 Ultimate Edition Marty McFly. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. Gonna go back in time. So as you can see here, for NECA's Ultimate Edition figures, we do get a basic type of box here for Marty! Marty! We have to go back to the future! That's my Doc Brown impression. But I definitely dig the front of the box here. It does have the Blu-ray cover from Back to the Future Part 2, which looks pretty cool. On the top says Back to the Future Part 2, and then on the bottom says Back to the Future 35 years. And you can flip this open here. It does have the window displaying the figure and the accessories. Then we do get a promo image as well. And then the bottom of the box here, we do get the barcode and what nobody cares about. And then everyone who is in on this project over at NECA. And then there's the top of the box. And then the one side there with the back of the DeLorean. Then the other side, same thing. And then the back does have a little bio. So if you would like to read that, pause it right now and you can read it on up before I continue on. And then we do get another promo image of the Back to the Future Part 2 Marty McFly. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure up and take a close look at this character who I know a lot of collectors, including myself, have been wanting some Back to the Future figures for a very long time, and now we're finally getting some. So thank you very much, NECA. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Part 2 Marty McFly here, and NECA did a pretty good job with the figure. One thing is, he can be annoying to stand. He likes to fall back a lot, and that's mainly because you can't really get the ankles to hinge forward too much, so that might irritate some people. But the figure here, the head sculpts are pretty good. They're definitely not perfect and don't look exactly like Michael J. Fox. I mean, they're okay though. They're not horrible, but they're definitely not on point, you know what I mean? But the paint and sculpt detail look great on the face. Eyes both painted look in the same direction. Clean paint around the mouth, the eyes, eyebrows, where the hair meets the skin tone as well. And I do like the different browns throughout the sculpt of the hair as well. And there's some paint missing on the back of his hair there. And a little bit of paint went on his ear as well. The hat looks pretty cool too. Very 80s looking, even though that was supposed to be a style in 2015. Definitely did not turn out to be a style though, but you can even see like where the stitching is on the hat and everything. That looks pretty dope though. So the head sculpts turned out pretty good. We do get a little bit of shading on the neck. Same with on the face as well, like around the cheeks and stuff. Then we do get his 2015 jacket here. And this turned out really nice. I like how they added a wash all throughout that reddish orangey type color. And where the gray meets that color, like over here and around the collar, turned out pretty clean, even down by like where the zipper would be at. And the back looks pretty good too. All sculpted wrinkles all throughout it, that wash once again as well. And then the sleeves look really good. I love the sculpted wrinkles all throughout them. Really nice sculpt detail on that. NECA just, they're really good when it comes to sculpt detail. They really kick arse with that. And I like the way the sleeve looks around the wrist all bunched up, and the sculpted wrinkles around the forearm area, and the elbow joints look pretty good too. Not too bad there. Then we do get his shirt as well, which also turned out really nice. Sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. But one odd thing, there's no cut at the waist, so you can't get any swivel out of it, which we'll go over during the articulation. I found that really odd. And there is like a subtle like shading on that maroon shirt as well. And then for the pants, we do get the year 2015 style where everybody rocks their pants with the pockets inside out there. That turned out fine. And I just like the paint and sculpt detail on the pants as well. You can see the stitching on the butt pockets, even just the stitching on the pants as well, like on the inside of the legs, on the butt crack area, and even up by like the waist and everything. Then we do get sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants as well, which look pretty good. And then probably what everybody's favorite part about what he's wearing is the shoes here. And they did a pretty good job with the shoes there. Pretty cool looking. I know they actually sell these shoes. My old boss used to have them. A little bit of that like aqua or teal color kind of bled on the lighter gray over there. But the paint isn't too bad. It's not the best like the white paint. Like a little bit of it's bleeding over there and stuff. But I mean, they didn't turn out too bad. And on the bottom of them, we just get a couple peg holes. So overall, the figure turned out pretty good. Is it perfect? No, but it's a pretty damn cool Marty McFly figure, and I'm just happy we finally have an articulated Marty McFly in 6-7 inch scale now. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, this Back to the Future Part 2 Marty McFly is included with a decent amount of stuff. So what we do get two interchangeable head sculpts. And starting on the left there, we do get the head sculpt with the hat, and that is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging that we already did take a look at. And I think that head sculpt looks more like Michael J. Fox compared to the one on the right, the one without the hat. I mean, they're both not perfect, but this one definitely does have more of a Michael J. Fox look compared to that one. But that one on the right turned out really good, like paint-wise and all that. They did a nice job painting the eyes, around the mouth, on the hair, and the sculpt of the hair turned out pretty good too. Do wish they included another head sculpt without the hat, but with like a basic type facial expression, you know what I mean? But I think they did a pretty good job with both the head sculpts, and they are pretty simple to swap out as well. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And swapping the heads is very simple and basic when it comes to NECA, so all you do is just pull up to pop it off the ball peg, take the other head sculpt here, push down, use a little bit of force, there we go, got it, and then there you go. As simple as that. You always do have to use a little bit of force when it comes to swapping the heads on NECA figures, but with this figure here, I think both head sculpts look fine on the figure there. So we do get the two interchangeable head sculpts, and then we also get the futuristic 2015 Pepsi bottle with the little canister thing that it's served to him in. And then we do, of course, get the hoverboard. I swear, if they didn't include the hoverboard with this figure, it probably wouldn't have made me want to buy the figure. But we also do get a little stand for the hoverboard so it can look like it's hovering. And then we do get two interchangeable parts for it so you could have Marty riding on it. So we do get the Pepsi bottle here and the little canister it's held in. And you can see this is just a clear plastic, and the Pepsi bottle looks pretty good. It does look like there's some Pepsi inside of it there. And this you could just pop right into here like that, which is pretty cool. So we do get that, and then we do get the hoverboard, and we do have the stand here. And the stand, it just pegs into the bottom, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. But the hoverboard here looks great, and the interchangeable pieces here, whoops, there goes one of the heads. As you can see, this piece swaps out with this one because this has the peg on it, and then this purple piece right here in the center, we have an interchangeable part for that. You pop that out, put this in, so then you could use that stand with the hoverboard. And like I said, I'll show you guys that right after this. But the hoverboard turned out perfect, man. They did a great job with this. Still has a very 80s look to it, but pretty cool, man. Definitely the coolest accessory with this version of Marty McFly, and I'm definitely going to have him displayed riding on the hoverboard here. So let me show you real quickly how to get it on that little stand and how to swap out those interchangeable parts. Alright, so in order for you to get Marty McFly on the hoverboard and to peg it on the stand here, you're going to have to swap these pieces on the hoverboard. So this one, you got to kind of just pull that out and it'll pop right off. Take this piece, peg that in, pretty simple to do. And then this one, just do the same thing. Peg that out. That just fell on the floor, the other piece, and then just peg this piece in like so. And then take the stand here, pop that into the bottom there, and you can articulate that as well, which is pretty cool, and it swivels and stuff. It's better to have it this way because it balances out better once you have the figure on the hoverboard there. And then you could either have them ride it this way or this way, whichever way you would like to put the figure on it. There you go, peg that in, and then do a little something like this. And then there you go, you have Marty McFly hovering on the futuristic 2015 hoverboard. But yeah, definitely dig the way that looks, and that is how I'm going to have my figure displayed on my shelf. Only 3 interchangeable hands. And starting on the right here, we do get the open hands, which are the ones that do come on the figure out of the packaging. So technically, we just get 1 alternate hand, which is a right gripping hand, and that is a bit disappointing. They could have gave you 2 gripping hands so you could have them grip onto the hoverboard and the Pepsi bottle as well, or at least they could have included a right fist, because you know he does punch Biff in every movie, I believe. I know he does in the first and second one. I'm pretty sure he does in the third one as well. Well, he does try to punch him in this one, but Biff, or Griff, catches his hand before he can punch him. So definitely should have been included with at least 1 right fist, or a left one. I don't really care. They could have at least gave one of them. But the sculpt detail on all 3 hands turned out fantastic. You could even see where his veins are at and everything. And even on the palm, like the palms of the hands, look great too. Neca did a great job sculpting those, and they are very simple to swap out as well. And like what Daredevil 19 always says, that is definitely a good thing, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your new Neca Marty McFly figure. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Back to the Future Part 2 Marty McFly. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Marty! Marty! To the very top of his hat, it looks like he's about 6.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the NECA TMNT original movie Raphael, Casey Jones, and Shredder, and the Storm Collectibles 2020 convention exclusive Scorpion. And I think Marty here scales pretty well with these other 7-inch scale figurines. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Captain Jack Sparrow, the PC Toys Neo, the McFarlane Toys The Grim Knight, and the McFarlane Toys MK11 Spawn. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review! So now for the articulation, and some points of articulation are pretty good, while other points are not that good. So we just get 1 joint at the neck here, and this head has a little bit of looseness to it after swapping it with the other head, so that does kind of suck, but you really can't get Marty to look up too much, as you can see there. Looks down, alright. You do get really nice pivot there, and then of course the swivel. Man, that did get pretty loose on me. Now, the waist or torso here, the torso is a softer rubbery type plastic, so there is a joint in there, but the shirt is restricting it, so you're not going to get really too much movement out of it. Going forward, he can go forward, but it just brings it back like a spring, so you really can't get any forward and back movement out of the torso, which is pretty damn disappointing. I don't understand why they did that. Another thing I don't understand is you can't get any swivel because there's no cut. Like, the shirt isn't a separate piece to the pants. They're all connected. Well, it's connected to the crotch piece, not the actual legs, but you can't get any swivel out of it, man. Like, it wants to, but it's being restricted because of how they sculpted that. I do not know why they did that. It's just like, what the hell is that all about, NECA? So, waist and torso movement, absolute trash on this figure. Now, for the arms here, the shoulders, or the arms, do go out to the sides just about 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do not have true bicep swivel, so you'll either have to use it at the shoulder or you could use it at the double jointed elbows here, and the elbows pretty much bend in all the way. Then you do get the lower bicep swivel there, and then the arm, the lower arm slightly swivels where it connects into the elbow joint, and then for the wrists, they do swivel and then they do hinge back and forth. Now the legs here, Marty McFly can kick forward about 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. Goes to the back pretty good actually. Let's see if he can. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Marty McFly can there. So pretty good leg movement with Marty McFly. And then we just get a little bit of a hip swivel. Not too much. We do have single jointed knees that don't even hit 90 degrees, so that's a bit disappointing. You do get swivel at that joint though. And then the ankles here, no swivel. And the swivel is fine because they at least gave us swivel at the knee joint. But they don't really hinge up at all. So that can make this figure a bit troublesome trying to stand on its own. So you don't get any upward ankle articulation there. It does go down decently. And then you do get the forward facing pin ankle rocker there, which I'm not the biggest fan of because as you bend it, the bottom of the foot starts to go forward and it just looks really weird there. But overall, the articulation definitely not NECA's best. This is probably one of the worst articulated figures I've seen from them more recently in the past few years, so really not too happy with how the articulation turned out. Some points, like I said, are good. Other points are either really bad or they made a very bad choice with a couple points like the waist and the torso where they're pretty much useless, you know what I mean? So with the articulation, you'll be able to get him in some okay-ish Marty McFly-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of those poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the NECA Back to the Future Part 2 Marty McFly. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it an even 7. Articulation, I'd give it a 6.5. Accessories, I'd give it a 7.5. And then the overall quality, I would give an even 8. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, it is hitting local retailers now, so you can check Target and stores like that. Agelessgeeks, not sure if you will have these in stock, but you can get your other figures and collectibles from Agelessgeeks.com. When you check out, use code name Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on their website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or their Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Stop it! Stop it! No. The S.H. Figuarts, Captain Jack Sparrow, the PC Toys Neo, the McFarlane Toys The Grim Knight, and the McFarlane Toys MK11 Spawneroo. Let's play that back in slow motion.